I've got a good sized piece of wood here. It's 11 inches tall, 14 wide, and 11 inches deep. It is big, it's heavy. I'm going to cut it down and I'll tell you all about it after I get it cut. Well, I just showed you a picture of this when it was whole. It's a piece of juniper, and my friend Bob gave me this, and about a year before that he gave me another one or two pieces of juniper, and I turned them as end grain, and they look pretty cool because these will end up kind of looking like flowers. But turning this as end grain is very difficult. But not only that, the pieces are very brittle. If you don't leave them, maybe at least a half inch, they're probably going to break off. So I want to turn it as a flat turning, and I hope to maintain this red coloring. Like I said, I've already cut it in half, and you saw that at the beginning as well, but had a huge inclusion right here and a crack coming this way, so I didn't think I was going to have much holding it together. So that's another reason I chose it that way. This is the half I plan on turning. It's got a lot of that red in there, and I hope it stays. But it had a little cave down in here, so I've hot glued a piece of wood in there. I'm going to drill a hole for a worm screw, and I'll have a flat spot there. I'm going to get it mounted up and see if we can make something out of this. So I'll see you pretty soon. Got it mounted up on the worm screw. I didn't trim anything on this because I really don't know what it's going to look like, so we're just going to cut away what we don't want, and hopefully what's left is going to be pretty cool, but I don't know for sure. It does have some cracks in it, but hopefully we can turn those away. And I mounted this last night, and if you noticed, I had a sweatshirt on because all of a sudden it's getting cold around here. I have one on again today, and I'll have to dig my heaters out, but I'm not quite ready for that. I've got this spinning about 500 RPM, and we're going to start with a 5/8 bowl gouge. Yeah, there's that red that I was hoping for. And once we get this rounded and turned from the other way, that's what we're looking to save. So I actually stop a lot in this process, and mostly to see if it's still holding together and if it's getting a shape that I can work with. But I haven't been saying much because for some reason I got a really bad sore throat, and it's not easy to talk, and it's still kind of lingering. So I think I'm going to take a few days off once we get this side rounded up, and then I'll be back hopefully without a sore throat. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to take a break. We'll warm up a little bit with some hot coffee, and I'll be right back. Not too bad. I think we could sand that easy enough. Go ahead and shape a tenon out. I was going to go with the larger jaws, but there's not enough room on this tenon here to do it. I don't want to cut any more off. Let's get a mark on here. I think that'll be fine. I've got the tenon shaped out. I resharpened my 1/2-inch bowl gouge. I want to take one more cut across this. Alright, I'm going to sand it up, but it'll be quite a process before I get to the sanding. There's these areas here where this bark, it's more like potato skins, is falling off. So a combination of a little brass brush, Sandiflex, clean those areas up. Plus, even before I start that, I want to start peeling this bark off because most of it's falling off anyways, like that. Then it'd be time to sand, and this is actually pretty smooth except for a little bit of tear out here, but I think I can still start with 120 disc here. It's 2-inch. I'll have the lathe running in reverse at about 400, and we'll go ahead and get it sanded up. Some of these corners here I'll probably stop like this. Alright, it's going to take a while. I'll see you when it's time to get a finish on it. I was having a little bit of a difficult time getting some of this sanded, so I flipped it around in the jaws. Got it sanded to 400. I'm going to go ahead and put some shellac-based sanding sealer on this, and then I'm going to go ahead and hollow it out, because there's places like this that I still want to do some sanding, and once I hollow this out, I think I can get in there and do it much easier. And I'd like to see what this looks like right now. I'm pretty sure it's going to hold together, but just in case, we might as well have a good look at it. So again, this is shellac-based sanding sealer, and I think, yes indeed, that red shows right up. It looks so dry, it's like it was gone, but it wasn't. I'll put a little bit right here because I did get this sanded right up to that point. Here, and we'll get this, some more of that nice red. Couple wormholes, more than a couple, but not going to do much with those. If I can pick out the debris, I will. And we're all the way around. Let's go ahead and have a look at this. I think it looks pretty good getting that loose bark off of there. So that's it right there. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, and we're going to start hollowing it out. A lot of chatoyance right here. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty cool looking. Might not be what everyone likes, but I just like turning this piece. Okay. Alright, it's been about 4 days since I worked on this. My throat feels fine now. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can get this hollowed out. 5/8 bowl gouge, about 660 RPM. I see some red. There we go. Right there. We'll just keep digging, see if we can find some more. Okay, we're down to about a ½ inch. Let's have a look at that grain. If there's any benefit to go deeper. Not really. I need to clean it up, so I'll probably take another, maybe another 1/8 inch off of the bottom right here. Got kind of tight in there. I think I'll see if I can get out the negative rake scraper and clean that up. Although I just did find something really cool right here. I certainly don't want to cut that away. Okay, you know, I think I'm going to stop for a while, try to clean this inclusion out, and then we'll get ready to sand it. Well, I spent quite a while cleaning out the bug holes and where this bark inclusion was, dubbing these corners over, and then I sanded it up. I didn't show you any sanding, but I'm going to show you the first coat of sanding sealer here, and I think that's going to be a lot cooler looking than me cleaning those bug holes out. This is shellac-based sanding sealer, and it just brings all the colors out. So that's it. These are usually kind of rustic looking when they have bug holes and all this shape, but I think they're pretty cool. May not be for everybody, but it's a little change of a round bowl, so it's kind of fun. Alright, I'll get this on, get a couple coats of shellac on. I'm ready to cut the tenon off now, and I've got something here I want to show you. It should show up on the turntable, but just in case, watch this. Right where I'm pointing there, it looks like a fireball, and it just goes dark. It's like chatoyance on steroids. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's get that tenon off. Half-inch bowl gouge, doing about 500 RPM. Well, here it is, and actually when I was turning this, especially on the inside, I wasn't so sure if I would even like it, but I actually like it a lot. And I sure love the contrast that this wood has and the reddish colors in there. I like that a lot. And you've got a lot of it right here. I think that looks pretty cool. And I hope this shows up. The chatoyance in there is just unreal. I think it just did it right there. Yeah, right there. It's a pretty cool piece of wood. It finished 10 1/4 inches wide, 7 3/4 the other way, and it's about 3 3/4 tall. The walls are a little over a ½ inch, except right here, and that's because of that crevice that was running down there. That's about a 1/16 at the most. So I had to stop where I did, or that wouldn't have even been there anymore. And on this side, where this was that shape, it's maybe an 1/8 inch in one spot. So those things kind of determined what this was going to look like. I used 2 coats of Zinsser Seal Coat, 2 coats of Zinsser Shellac for the finish, and I think it makes this wood look beautiful. It's not my favorite wood to turn. It's kind of irritating, the dust, or at least the fumes coming off of it. Really, it's kind of nasty, so I don't want to do too much of this. But I'm sure happy I turned this one, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm happy you made it this far, and I sure hope you enjoyed the video. I really enjoy making them, and I appreciate you watching. I only ask one thing. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. It sure would help the channel to keep growing. And for all of you who are subscribed, thank you for helping me get my channel where it is. I am so grateful for that. Enjoy the photos at the end. So, till the next time, see you later.